I mean, in our society, when a woman gets roses, she takes it to be a warm, romantic gesture. But in reality, if somebody gives you roses, you should be pissed off. And the reason's pretty simple. In a romantic relationship, a gift of roses is one of the most shallow, superficial, and emotionally vacuous gestures a man can make. Roses send the clear signal, you are so insignificant to me, I didn't bother to think even for a moment about what kind of flowers to give you. And this is pretty obvious. I mean, we all know why guys give flowers to roses. And if guys thought for just a moment about what kind of flower might convey the message that they're interested in conveying, surely they could come up with a flower that did a better job than roses. But we don't. Instead, we give the tired, overused, overrated cliche, rose. A brilliant poet once said, a rose by any other name would be just as reprehensible. Would be, yeah. So that begs the question, why are guys such jerks? And the reason is because roses are the quintessential symbol of romance. So we don't even evaluate alternatives. Even though the characteristics of the quintessential symbol no longer apply to that symbol. Since we equate roses with romance, we don't even realize we're being jerks. But clinging to this outdated idea that roses are romantic causes us to not look at alternatives. And that's the real crime, is failing to recognize alternatives stifles creativity and it prevents innovation. And as it turns out, this happens a lot, and not just with flowers. Take, for example, Harley-Davidson motorcycles. Harley-Davidson is the quintessential symbol of individualism and freedom. Anarchy, sticking it to the man, anti-establishmentarianism. Harley, we romanticize, is not a brand, but a lifestyle. But increasingly, Harley is about commercialization, consumerism, and material status. I mean, I don't know which one of these things is in most direct opposition to the Harley ethos. Is it Barbie with her matching Harley hat and jacket, but doesn't come with an actual motorcycle, just like her poser offline or real-world counterpart? Or is it the rebellious $42,000 luxury pickup truck with air-conditioned leather interior and in-dash global positioning system? Yet, Harley-Davidson is the quintessential motorcycle, so alternatives are ignored and innovation grinds to a halt. Harley has become a caricature of itself. It only can do incremental innovation so as to protect the Harleyness of its product, right? So it's that Harleyness that competitors feel compelled to emulate in hopes that they're going to be mistaken to be quintessential. So Harley hasn't only limited their own innovation, but they've limited the innovation of their competitors. But once upon a time, all quintessential products once actually were the things that they come to represent. The first version of the iPhone was a really innovative product. It was the first phone that got the exact combination necessary of technology, connectivity, content, and functionality to really make the smartphone take off. But the follow-up products, the 3G and the 3GS, only tiny little incremental innovations, right? Apple is already bound to the construct of their own quintessential product. The iPhone is so quintessential that it's also already bound the competition's idea to Apple's construct of what a smartphone is. But be mindful, because one day, there's some more stuff here. Oh, one day the iPhone will suck, right? Not today, not tomorrow, but one day it will. It's an inevitable truth. And when it does, the question is, are you going to be a leader or a lemming? So my recommendation to you is, when confronted with the status quo, ask yourself, do the characteristics of the quintessential still hold? And if the answer is no, be prepared to reject the status quo and consider the alternatives. Recognize that moment as the opportunity for discontinuous innovation. Whether it's healthcare, or alternative energy, or educating your children, or buying a new car, or switching operating systems, be prepared to reject the status quo and consider alternatives. And if someone gives you roses, be pissed off. If not because the roses were given to you by an emotionally vacuous jerk, but because by doing so will ultimately lead to getting better flowers in the future. Thank you.